What if entire civilization could rise to greatness and then vanish overnight? No war, no records, just silence. Today we uncover the 5 most mysterious civilizations that disappeared without a trace. Welcome to the greatest mystery. History is not a complete book. It's a library with entire sections missing, filled with ghost stories of empires that reached incredible heights only to vanish, seemingly overnight. They left behind silent ruins and tantalizing clues, creating puzzles that have baffled archaeologists for centuries. These are the stories of the lost. Across the globe, from the densest jungles to the most remote islands, lie the remnants of magnificent civilizations. These were not primitive tribes, but sprawling societies with advanced knowledge of astronomy, engineering, and art. They built cities that rivaled the greatest of their time, developed complex social structures, and then they were gone. Their languages fell silent, their knowledge was lost, and their people disappeared from the historical record. What catastrophic event could erase an entire culture? Was it the slow death of climate change and famine? A devastating war that left no survivors to tell the tale? Or could the truth be something far stranger? Something that defies our modern understanding? Did they succumb to a mysterious plague? Or did they simply walk away from their homes? The silence they left behind is deafening, inviting speculation of the most extraordinary kind. In this special investigation, we will journey back in time to walk among the ghosts of these lost worlds. We will explore the enigmatic cities of the Maya, abandoned in their prime. We will sail to the shores of Easter Island to question the silent stone sentinels of the Rapa Nui. We will uncover the secrets of the Indus Valley Civilization, a society as advanced as ancient Egypt, yet whose script remains undeciphered. These are just a few of the destinations on our journey into the unknown. These are not just tales of the past, they are cautionary warnings. Each vanished society holds a mirror to our own, reflecting our vulnerabilities. By searching for them, we search for a deeper understanding of ourselves. If you love unraveling secrets history tried to bury, and believe there is more to our story than what's in textbooks, then make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell. Join us on this expedition into the heart of history's greatest enigmas. Prepare yourself. The journey begins now because what you're about to see will challenge everything you thought you knew. Once thriving with millions, advanced urban planning, and undeciphered writing, the Indus Valley people vanished around 1900 BC. Was it climate change, invasion, or something science can't explain? The Maya built massive pyramids, tracked the stars, and predicted eclipses. Yet by the 9th century, their great cities were abandoned. Did famine, war, or supernatural beliefs drive them into silence? Before the Maya or Aztecs, there were the Olmecs, creators of colossal stone heads. But how did such a culture, with no written records, disappear almost overnight? They carved homes into cliffs, lived in harmony with the desert, until one day, they abandoned everything. The reasons remain one of North America's greatest mysteries. In the rolling hills of southeastern Turkey, a discovery was made that would shatter our understanding of the ancient world. This is Göbekli Tepe. Dated to over 11,000 years ago, it emerges from a time so distant it's difficult to comprehend. To put that in perspective, these stones were raised 6 millennia before the Great Pyramid of Giza was even conceived. They are older than Stonehenge by more than 6,000 years. They predate the invention of pottery, the wheel, and even writing itself. This isn't just a ruin, it's a message from the very dawn of human civilization, a time we thought was defined only by primitive survival. The site consists of massive T-shaped limestone pillars, some weighing up to 20 tons, arranged in a series of circular enclosures. They are covered in masterfully executed carvings of fearsome beasts, scorpions, wild boars, snakes, and vultures. The sheer scale and complexity of Göbekli Tepe point to a highly organized workforce, a shared vision, and advanced engineering skills. So, who were these master builders? The shocking answer from archaeologists is that they were hunter-gatherers. This discovery turns a century of archaeological theory on its head. We've always believed that monumental architecture and complex religion were byproducts of agriculture, that people first settled down, grew crops, and only then had the time and resources to build temples. But Göbekli Tepe suggests the opposite. Did the drive to build this sacred place, this cathedral on a hill, actually compel nomadic hunters to settle, leading to the agricultural revolution itself? But the mystery only deepens. After 1,000 years of use, Göbekli Tepe wasn't simply abandoned to the elements. It was intentionally and painstakingly buried. Over centuries, its creators filled every circle, covered every pillar, and entombed their entire sacred complex under thousands of tons of earth and debris. The effort required to bury it was likely as immense as the effort it took to build it. Why? Why would a civilization invest so much energy into erasing its own greatest achievement? Was it a final, sacred act of preservation, a time capsule meant for the gods rather than for us? Or was it a ritual decommissioning, a way to close a spiritual chapter as their beliefs and way of life transformed? Or does the truth lie in a more unsettling possibility? Was this knowledge, this power, this place, deemed too dangerous to exist? Was it buried to be hidden, its secrets sealed away from the world, as if its builders wanted to ensure it would never be found? The silent stones offer no easy answers, leaving us to wonder what powerful ideas were so carefully laid to rest. These civilizations prove that history holds secrets far darker, far more complex than our textbooks would ever have us admit. We've journeyed through the silent, grid-like streets of the Indus Valley, a metropolis of 5 million people who seemingly vanished without a word, leaving behind a script we cannot read and a peace we cannot comprehend. Was it a society so egalitarian it left no monuments to kings, or one so controlled it erased all trace of individuality before its final, quiet collapse? We've stood in the shadow of the Maya, whose astronomical genius and towering pyramids were swallowed by the relentless jungle. They mapped the stars with breathtaking precision, yet couldn't foresee the end of their own golden age. Was it drought, endemic warfare, or a spiritual crisis that led them to abandon their magnificent cities to the jaguars and the vines? We've stared into the impassive stone faces of the Olmec, the mother culture of Mesoamerica, whose colossal heads are monuments to a people we barely know. Who did they depict? Gods? Rulers? What cataclysm or migration scattered their descendants and buried their legacy for millennia? We've walked the precarious cliff dwellings of the Ancestral Puebloans, homes built into the very rock of the earth, only to be left behind in a sudden, desperate exodus. They left cooking pots on the fire, as if they intended to return in a matter of hours, but never did. And we've touched the dawn of civilization itself at Göbekli Tepe, a temple complex so ancient it defies explanation, built by hunter-gatherers and then, after centuries of use, deliberately and painstakingly buried. Why build the world's first cathedral only to hide it from the world? Each story is a universe of questions, a ghost haunting the corridors of our collective past. The easy answers, invasion, famine, plague, feel hollow, insufficient to explain the sheer totality of these disappearances. It feels less like a simple ending and more like a page being violently torn from the book of humanity. Are these isolated tragedies, or are they chapters in a much larger, cyclical story? A story of rise and fall, of hubris and consequence, that is written into the DNA of civilization itself. Perhaps the clues are not just in the dirt, but in the patterns, the pattern of a climate that turns against you. The pattern of a society that grows too complex, too stratified, too brittle to withstand a shock. The pattern of resources stretched to their breaking point. These are not ancient, dusty warnings, they are mirrors. The echoes of their silence resonate with unnerving clarity in our own bustling, hyper-connected world. We build our own towers of glass and steel. We chart our own digital cosmos. We believe in our own permanence. But are we listening to the lessons etched into the stones of Mohenjo-Daro and Tikal? Are we walking a similar path, so dazzled by our own progress that we are blind to the precipice just ahead? The greatest mystery may not be what happened to them, but whether we are capable of avoiding their fate. But the ultimate question remains, the one that hangs over every ruin and every undeciphered script. Why did they truly vanish? This is where the official record ends and our investigation begins. We've presented the evidence, the artifacts, and the leading theories, but the truth is still out there, waiting to be assembled. What thread do you see connecting these disparate collapses? Was there a global event? A forgotten cataclysm that rippled across the planet? Was it a shared fatal flaw in the human condition that dooms all great societies to overreach? Or was it simply a tragic convergence of circumstances? A perfect storm that hit each of these cultures at their most vulnerable moment? We want to hear your thoughts. Leave your most insightful, your most creative, your most compelling theory in the comments below. Let's turn this space into a think tank, a digital roundtable of explorers dedicated to solving the unsolvable. And if this journey into the unknown has ignited your curiosity, if the whispers of the past now echo in your own mind, then our expedition has just begun. Like this video to let us know you want to venture even deeper into the shadows of history. Share it with fellow seekers of truth who aren't afraid to question the official story. And most importantly, subscribe and activate the notification bell, because the map of history is filled with blank spaces, and you won't want to miss a single step as we continue to uncover more secrets with us, right here on The Greatest Mystery.